Another trip to St.Marys and more disappointment for the Arsenal as Southampton continue to be our bogey team. A good start in that first half, completely ruined by fatigue and sloppiness in the second. Let's get into it. Good morning, my peoples, and welcome back to the Counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well. I am away from home, just like Arsenal here in Southern California. And frankly, I don't know how you West Coast fans do it. 6 a.m. wake-up call, absolutely ridiculous. But I was up early. You already know what it is, my people, with the Roosters and the Hens. And I looked at the lineup this morning, and Tomiyasu at left back. Otherwise, it's all the same as it was versus Leeds. And honestly, I was expecting a win today. Southampton are not in good form. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, and we essentially have our normal team out there. I was expecting a win, and a sizable one at that. We started the game really, really well. Excellent opening first 10 minutes. Their back four or back five, whatever formation they started out the game with, they just couldn't handle our attack or our counter press. And here comes 1-0 to the Arsenal fairly early. I think it was 11 or 10 minutes in. White overlaps, same goal as versus PSV. White overlaps and crosses to Xhaka, and he hits a first-time shot with his right foot. Past Bazunu, 1-0 to the Arsenal. What a great start to my morning. After the goal, Southampton actually changed their formation a little bit. I believe they put Elyounoussi they pushed him further back to play sort of the right back in a back five. They settled into a back five, and they stabilized, actually. And they threatened every now and again. They had a few corners, but it was nothing our defense couldn't handle. And overall, I think it was a decent first half. We created a whole bunch of chances. I thought Gabriel Jesus was a little bit wasteful. He needs to do a little bit better on his ball striking. Sometimes the ball sort of runs away from the reach of his legs, and he sort of just grasps at it with his foot and doesn't really get a good contact on it. I've seen that a couple times from him. But if it weren't for Bazunu and his couple of saves that he pulled off, it would be more. But we went in at halftime thinking, all right, not too bad. Arsenal come out for that second half, and you could already see there were going to be problems by the way we came out. Not the most auspicious starts for the Arsenal in that first half, and it was just exemplified by about 5 or 10 minutes into the half. Saliba with a really poor pass, and that would not be the last time that we would see a poor pass in that second half. It's almost punished, but Armstrong, I think Aaron Armstrong is his name, the number 9 for Southampton. He had an excellent chance to try to get a shot off, but he was just shockingly terrible. We needed to get control of the game and get higher up the pitch. The opening to the second half, it was definitely a warning for the Arsenal that sloppy passes, they continued to happen. And honestly, we looked half asleep. If I can get up at 6 o'clock in the morning in California to watch this game, how can these boys be just so lethargic? Oh, my goodness. I mean, clearly, it's the schedule is catching up to us. A match every 3 or 4 days. And honestly, you could see some of the fatigue in our Europa League games against PSV and Bodo Glimt. But here it comes. Southampton get back into the game, and they counter us, and Steven Armstrong nips in behind our defense, and he slots past Ramsdale 1-1, and we're looking around at each other like, is this really happening? The time in between their equalizer and 80 minutes was, I think, our worst period of play of the season. Everyone was going on and on about how Leeds was our worst game of the season. Oh no, this was definitely it. On 80 minutes, we grabbed the initiative back finally. Finally, we gained back some control, and we start searching for that winning goal. After a few decent passages of play, it maybe lasted 2 or 3 minutes. The last 10 minutes, including extra time, was just truly, truly terrible. Full of misplaced passes. The boys weren't going into the tackles very hard. You could just tell that their legs were absolutely done. A very, very lethargic performance. I did not like to see that. Southampton, they just, I don't know what it is that they have over us, but it ends 1-1. So we dropped 2 points today. We're 2 points ahead of City. We go into this next game. I believe we have Forest at home. We really need to get 3 points out of that. And hopefully City will either draw or drop some more points. But, considering the way we played, especially in that second half, I'm thankful that we made it out of Southampton with a point, honestly. Thank you for sticking with me, my people. Please slap that like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.